No, just hello and hi to all my friends. It has been a long time since I have uploaded a video. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your friend David, and I'm at the Willow Miller Farm and Home, a historic site. Um, as far as Adventism is concerned, Willow Miller was one of the pioneers of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. So I'm at the historic home of Willow Miller and Lucy. A lot have not been said. A lot have not been said about Lucy Miller. She was the wife of Willow Miller. I'm going to show you around this farm and home of the Millers. So once again, I want to thank you for coming to my channel. Welcome, welcome. And feel free to come to my channel again and again. I was busy doing other things during the summer. It's the summertime and a lot of things occupy my time. I haven't got a lot of time to upload video on my YouTube site. I will try to do better in the near future. So thanks for your support. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing and advertise me. Let your friends and relatives and co-workers, your sport team members know about my channel. Advertise me extensively. Welcome, welcome again to the state of New York. Welcome to this site. It is located in northeastern New York, and I'm going to show you around. It's right on the border between the state of New York and Vermont. White Plain, Whitehall, New York. We are in the town of Whitehall, New York. So I'm going to show you around. It's a very peaceful and tranquil place to be. It's a place that me and my wife, frequented a lot over the years. So come with me as I show you around the historic Willow Miller and Lucy Miller home and farm. A lot of the farmlands have been overrun with bushes. They are covered with trees. A lot of the lands where they have been, that they would have been planted corns and white potatoes and things like vegetables. They are all overrun with bushes. So I'm going to show you around, and I hope you enjoy this video. It's Seventh-day Adventist history at its best. Welcome, welcome, and enjoy. So this is the Miller's home. Lucy and Willa Miller Historic Home. One of the pioneers of the Seventh Adventists. This is the entrance to the home. There's another back entrance and a parking area, which I will walk my way and show you guys in a few minutes. So this is the front of the home. Welcome to Whitehall, New York. But the local around here, they don't call this town Whitehall. They call it another name, which we'll get to later. This this home and farm is situated in rural New York, northeastern New York. So this is the main entrance to the property. When you come into the property, you will be greeted with this sign. Willa Miller Home, birthplace of Seventh Adventism in America, listed on the National Register of Historic Places, an Adventist historic site. From 1815, Willa Miller was born 1815 and passed in 1849. So he lived in the 1800. And Adventism began in the U.S. in 1800, in the 1800. So this is the main street that take you in here. You could come from Putney, Vermont, the Vermont area, which the state of Vermont is about 7 minutes down this way, heading east. And if you go the other way, this will take you into rural New York. And you will drove through many farms, dairy farms, crop farms. This is rural New York. A lot of farming take place up here. So I hope you are enjoying this video. If you look up, if you Google Willa Miller Farm, they will say here is sorry about that. They will say here is the it will be listed on Google as White Plains, New York. But the locals around here call this area a different name. I can't recall the name right now. So those buildings in the background. Buildings that they used to use to store all kinds of farming products, granary. They store things like hay to feed the animals. They store hay, grass to feed the animals during the harsh winter time in New England. I was told back there and in the 1800s, 1700s, or 1900, winter in New England was much harsher. So this building was used back in that era to store all kinds of farm products, some farming equipment that they use for farming. They use the corn crib, the grain, the wheat. They used to store all kind of farming produce. This is a typical horse barn where you used to house the horses and equipment that related to the horses. The horse and buggy and the equipment to plow the farmlands. They will keep them into a building like this. This is a corn crib where they used to store the corn. Again, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Whitehall, New York, northeastern New York. We're at the William Miller and Lucy Miller historic home and farm. Here is where they used to live in the 1800s, early 1800 and late. So they lived in the 1800s. Over there in the background is the Ascension Rock, which I'll go closer in a minute. That's where the Millerite movement gathered. They predicted that Jesus was gonna come in the fall of 1844, but they was disappointed. They was terribly disappointed when Jesus did not come on that day. I wish they did listen to the Bible when the Bible says the day and hour knoweth no man except God. So presently the exhibit is closed. At this time they're going to open it at 2 o'clock. They usually open it and the curators will show you around and explain the history to the visitors. This homestead usually get visitors from all across the US and across the world, especially in the summertime. It's beautiful up here in the summertime and in the fall when the leaves changes. It's beautiful. The fall foliage is very beautiful up here. So all down there is where they used to do the farming. but it's been sitting there for many decades. It haven't formed, so it's overgrown with trees and bushes. All this ground here, visitors from all across the US usually come here and camp out and take in the history, the Seventh-day Adventist history of the pioneers. So all those land go way back, used to be farmlands. They used to grow wheat, corn, potatoes, vegetables, you name it. And they probably do animal husbandry also. So welcome again, guys, to my channel. Thanks for coming. I haven't been active on my YouTube channel for some time. I haven't been uploading videos at all. It's the summer month and I'm very busy doing other things. I haven't got much time to go around and do filming. So I usually get time to do that in the fall, winter months. In the summer months, I'm extremely busy doing other things for the Lord. So those are some of the farming buildings that they would have used to store all kind of farming products. This is a fire pit. People will be camping out here in the night. So they light their fire to keep them warm in the fall, winter months, and to keep away the bugs, the mosquitoes. So I'm going to walk the trail, the historic trail. And we're going to read, that's the bathroom facility there. Those are some of the barn buildings, the granary where they store grain, wheat, corn, hay to feed the animals during the harsh winter months. There's the barn where they keep the animal. They bring them inside during the harsh winter months. And adjacent building is where they store the hay. They collect the hay all summer, all fall long, and store it to feed the animals during the harsh winter months in New England, which used to be much harsher than now. So I'm going to walk the historic trail, and we're going to read some of the historic markers, milestone, whatever you want to call it. See, all the farmlands are overgrown. All those land used to be farmed back in the 1800s. Welcome again back to my channel, guys. I'm your friend David. I'm at the William Miller and Lucy Miller farm and home, historic home, Adventist pioneers. And we are in the town of Whitehall, New York. Whitehall. It is situated on the northeastern side of the state of New York, in close proximity to the state of Vermont, just a stone throw away from western Vermont. So we at Forest Historic Marker, and it says 1831 American history. William Lloyd Garrison, the Liberator, begins publication in Boston, Massachusetts, advocating the abolition of slavery. William Miller is convicted that he should share what he has been studying. After his prayer in the Maple Grove, he preaches his fourth sermon in Dresden, New York, just over here. Dresden is a little bit west of um, Whitehall, New York. So we're gonna continue along the historic trail and read some more of the historic milestone. All these used to be farmland. They are overgrown now. So we come upon another historic marker. 1821, American history. The United States admits Missouri as the 24th state and takes possession of the Florida Territory from Spain. William Miller is appointed Justice of the Peace and town supervisor of Hampton, New York. That's where they call it. That's what the local call this town. It is listed on Google as, but the locals call here Hampton, New York. It is listed as Whitehall, Whitehall, New York. But the locals around here call it Hampton, New York. 1816, American history. American experiences what became known as the year without a summer, with snow falling on June the 6th in Albany, New York. William Miller begins a systematic study of the scriptures, resulting in a new understanding of Bible prophecy. 1816, guys, was known as the year without a summer. The snow fell even the 6th of June, right into the summer. They had snow on the ground. back there in 1816. That must have been a terrible time in this area. So this over here is where they do most of the parking, because at the home there isn't much parking area there. So when visitors come here, they make this parking area for visitors to park, so it won't get too crowded at the Willa Miller house. 1815. Following the Revolutionary War and the War of 1812, the United States of America enters a new era in the founding of a nation. Willa Miller, following service as a captain in the U.S. Army during the Battle of Plattsburgh in the War of 1812, Willa Miller begins a farm on 160 acres of land here in Hampton, New York. So that's what the locals around here call this town, Hampton. And not Whitehall, as it is listed on Google. If you do a Google search of Willa Miller Farm, it will show up Whitehall, New York. So there are some visitors already came in to visit the Willa Miller historic, William and Lucy Miller historic home and farm. They come from all over the United States and even around the world to study, to take in the ambience, the history of Seventh-day Adventism. Seventh-day Adventism had its beginning in the New England, New York region. So this look like some folks from Tennessee. The vehicle have some have Tennessee number plate. So this right here, guys, is the parking area where all the visitors park when they come to visit the Willa Miller historic sites, home and farm. Now, about 7-10 minutes this way east is the state of Vermont. So Whitehall, Hampton, New York is right on the state of Vermont border. All those land used to be farmland. They used to rear animals. They used to plant their crops, all kind of crops, the corns, the wheat, the vegetables, the squash, the white potatoes, onions. They used to plant all kind of crops during the spring to fall planting season. So those are vehicles of some visitors who have already arrived here. The exhibit halls and the curator there, they start, they open up at 12 p.m. today. Hello, guys. Hello. This is horse-drawn buggy. This this area here is the handle where that is attached to the horse, and the horse will pull this buggy along, and that's how they used to That's what it means. That this was one of their means of transportation back in that era, the 1800, 1700, the 1900. They still use them. Actually, there's a big farm. There's a big Amish community here in this area, and they still use horse and buggy to get around. There, some of them refuse the use of modern transportation and horse-drawn buggy carriage, horse and buggy they call them, is the main means of getting around. If they're going to go to church, visit their relatives across town, they will travel in this kind of buggy. Some are better um, built with more comfortable seats with four wheels, but the it's this, the basic construction is the same. So that's your typical horse and buggy. This is two wheel, and there are some with four wheels with more comfortable seating. So I'm going to walk my way now to the Ascension Rock. It is said that this grove is where Miller went in, and he came out a preacher. He didn't want to preach. God called him to preach the word, to preach the message that he has been studying. And he went into this grove, a reluctant man, and he came out a preacher. And then shortly after he came out this grove, he began the ministry of preaching the gospel up and down the eastern seaboard. So there's another historic marker here. Once again, guys, my friends, supporters, welcome to Whitehall, New York. It's the site of William and Lucy Miller home and farm. So Hampton, the locals around here call this town Hampton, but it's listed on Google as Whitehall, New York. So let's read this marker, historic marker. Maple Grove. William Miller was convicted that he needed to preach the message of Jesus coming. Finally, unable to silence the thought, he promised God that if someone were to invite him to preach, he would go. Shortly, there was a rap on the door. The preacher had taken ill, and would William Miller be willing to preach about what he has been studying? William Miller stalked out of the house and strode into the maple grove. Lord, I can't go, I can't. But all he could hear was, go and tell it to the world. At last he gave up, crying, I will go. There went into there he went into the grove a farmer, and there came out a preacher. So it is typically believed that this grove is where the maple grove is where he went in. And reluctantly, a reluctant preacher came out, a preacher convicted that yes, he need to spread the message that he about Jesus coming that he has been studying for some time. So that's another historic marker. Welcome again, my friends. Welcome to all my supporters. Thanks a lot for sticking with me and supporting me. I solicit your continual support, and you can do so by sharing my videos with your friends, your relatives, your co-workers, your sport team members, your church members, your gym members, all your associates, all the people who you associate with on a regular basis. Share me with them. Ascension Rock. So we're going to go to the Ascension Rock, which is up the hill here. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Welcome to my channel. I'm your friend David. Welcome to Whitehall, New York. Hamden, as the local will call this town. It is situated on the northeastern corner of the state of New York, upstate, rural New York. We are in rural New York, the farming area. It's also an area where the Amish people, a lot of Amish communities is around this area. It's right on the state of Vermont border. So once again, welcome to my channel. Welcome to William Miller and Lucy Miller Farm. A lot has not been said about Lucy Miller, William Miller's wife. The both of them, she was supported. She was supported to his ministry, and it's very important role that she played. So yes, we are at the William Miller and Lucy Miller home and farm. A lot of the farmlands are overgrown and packed with bush and trees. I'm going to show you now the Ascension Rock where the Millerite movement was expecting Jesus to come in the fall, October of 1844. But they was bitterly disappointed when Jesus did not come on that date. I wish they would have read the Bible where it said, the day and hour knoweth no man. So I'm going to show you the rock where a lot of the Millerites followers movement, the people who was a part of that movement gathered in expectation of the second coming of Jesus Christ. So welcome again. I'm happy to to post this video. I haven't done so in a long time. I hope you enjoy it. It's Seventh-day Adventist history at its best on display. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Give me your feedback, your comments, leave your comments. Tell me what you would like to see around New England, around all the New England state, Maine, Massachusetts, Vermont, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, and even in rural New York. Have a great day and enjoy. I'm going to go up the hill now and show you the rock where the Miller gathered in large numbers, waiting on the second coming of Christ in 1844, October the 22nd, 1844. They were sadly disappointed because Jesus did not come on that day. So let's go now and view that Ascension Rock. So those are some of the farm buildings that support their farm production. It was used to store animals, the horses, the cows, the sheep, the goats, the grain, potatoes, all their farming, the corns, the wheat, all these building was used to support the farming activities here on the farm. So let's go up the hill here, and I'm going to show you the Ascension Rock. The rock that the Millerites movement was sadly disappointed. Some was so disappointed they left the movement. Those are some visitors from Tennessee, the state of Tennessee. They come to take in the history. As I told you, so that's the Ascension Rock over here. That was worship on this bench, right in close proximity to the Ascension Rock. Hey, hello guys. How you guys doing?
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Good.
Where you guys from?
We're from Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Chattanooga, Tennessee, and southern United States.
That's right. That's right.
Yes.
It's still a part of the United States.
Yeah. So this is you guys first time up here?
No, we've been here
Oh, you've been
before.
here already? Okay. Yeah.
We just wanted to come back again. You know, it's one of those places where it's good to revisit every now and
Yeah.
then.
Yes, to
Deepen your faith just a little.
take in the history,
Yep.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh, okay.
I've been here several times, you know. We're just about 2.5 hours away, you know.
Very good.
It's a place, it's a tranquil
Yeah.
place, you know. It's a place that we like to come and hang out, peaceful. It's peaceful out there. All right.
Very much.
So these are some folks from the state of Tennessee. They come to take in the history, the ambience of of the Willa Miller and Lucy Miller also. A lot have not been told about Lucy Miller, but she no doubt play an important role in the life of her husband.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys enjoy.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you.
Take care.
All right. So guys, this is the Ascension Rock. This is let me turn the camera down so you could see it good. This is the famous Ascension Rock on the Willa Miller farm. Here is where a lot of the Millerites people gathered in hope, in expectation that Jesus Christ was going to come in October the 22nd, the fall of October the 22nd, 1844. But they was bitterly disappointed. As you could see, water has gorge out a lot of gullies, a lot of holes into this rock. It has taken a lot of beating over the centuries. Look at those gorge. The water has gorged out some deep, deep gullies. Look at this one. It's amazing what water can do over a long period of time. So this, my friends, is the famous Ascension Rock, where the Millerite movement followers gathered way back in 1844, October the 22nd. It was fall time in New York, in New England. They waited all day, all night, and they were sadly disappointed. Some were so bitterly disappointed and distraught. Some left the movement. A lot left the movement and turned back to their regular way of life. So it was a bitter time in the Millerite movements back in the 1800s. And people are still making that mistake by setting dates for Christ's second coming. I wish they could hear the scripture that says the day and hour knoweth no man. So guys, look over there, look over in the far background. That's rural New York over there. That's in the countryside of New York. There's a lot of farmlands. They grow wheat, they grow corn, vegetables, they rear animals. There are dairy farms all around this area. There's a lot of Amish communities around this area. Some of them reject all use of modern machinery, modern equipments. They practice old way of life. They use machete and to harvest their corn. They harvest the corn by hand, or if they can with horses or cows, bulls. They stick to a lot of them stick to an ancient way of life. They reject the use of washing machine, chainsaw, power saw, things like that. Modern vehicle. So this place does be full of people from all across the United States. They come time and again and again to take in the history, the pioneers, impact, the impact that the pioneers has made in the life of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. So people come from across the United States and across the world to take in the history, the ambience, the tranquility of this place, the peace of this place. It's in a rural setting in northeastern New York. It's a very peaceful and tranquil place to be. It's a place that we frequented a lot, me and my wife. So across there is a small chapel that the William William Miller used to hold his service for some of the Millerites. It's a small chapel. So I'm happy, guys, to film this Adventist, Seventh-day Adventist history. This is one historic sites. There are many more. I hope to get around and film more sites. There's one on the south shore of Massachusetts in Fall Haven, Joseph Joseph Bates home. It's situated in a nice, beautiful area right on the coastline, right to the seawater. The sea is in close proximity to his home there in Fairhaven, Massachusetts. I've been there on 2 occasions, and I hope to get around to do some filming there. I haven't done any filming there as yet. So, taking the beauty of rural New York, guys. The rolling hills, the lush green foliage. In the fall, when the foliage began to change colors, it's a beautiful scenery to behold. The kaleidoscope of colors, the reds, the yellows, the pink, the oranges. It's beautiful. The fall foliage up here does be very, very beautiful and majestic. So thanks, guys. Thanks for coming along with me as I show you this historic Seventh-day Adventist site in upstate New York, northeastern New York, Whitehall, New York, Hampton, as the local call it, but it is listed on Google as Whitehall. If you Google William Miller Farm, it will show up, this town will show up as Whitehall, New York, but the locals call this town Hampton. It was fun filming this video today. I hope you enjoy it. It's a piece of Seventh-day Adventist history. I'm happy to film it and show it with you. I hope you enjoy it and share it with your friends, your relatives, those Seventh-day Adventists who cannot come here. I'm happy to film it and show it to you so you could share it with your friends all around the world, across towns, across cities, across islands, across country, continents. Share it broadly. You're welcome to do that. So once again, thanks, and thanks for your support. Continue to support my channel. Like, share, subscribe, leave your comments. Tell me what you would like to see, and I will do my best to accommodate you. Have a great day, and may God bless each and every one of you richly. Bye now, and may God bless each and every one of you. One more time, guys. The Ascension Rock. One more time. That's the train going by there. I don't know if it's the freight train or passenger train. One more time, guys. Those used to be farmland. They used to farm extensively on this farm. It's overgrown now with trees and bush. So take in the Ascension Rock one more time, guys. One more time. This is the Ascension Rock, where the Willamite where the followers, Millerites, where the Millerites gathered. And they was sadly, bitterly disappointed. One more time, the Ascension Rock. Blessings, blessings, my friends, to each one of you. Have a great day.